slight rain delay. But you know what that means? No dust. Here we are back at the Cinders. A month later. This time we got some rain, some moisture. It's going to be a lot better traction, less dust. And we're going to ditch the 32s and I'm going to put the paddles on. We'll see how much of a difference this makes. So there it is. We went from 32-inch KM3s to the 30-inch Tusk sand lights. Should be a lot lighter. We'll see how these do out here compared to the KM3s. I know I can get up some of the hills out here. I've made it out of the crater on the 32s. Couldn't make it up $100 hill. So we're going to see how this works out. Now, I know I've heard it all over the internet. Do I need paddles at the Cinders? No, you don't need paddles. But the other thing that I hear all the time is, will it ruin my paddles? Well, we're going to find out. These have never been run in the Cinders before. They've only been at the dunes. So this is the before. And then I'll show you what they look like after a day's ride. no bottoming out that time.
Did you go slow? How fast did you hit the bottom?
I wasn't watching the speedometer. All I know is my head was swimming a little bit because of all the G-forces and everything else. I was like, whoa. Wow. Because you hit the bottom and it's like, ugh, and then you back up and it's, yeah. Because you come up, you hit the bottom and you get your G out, and then you go across the bottom,
and then you
relax, and then you hit the incline going up and you stuff again. So your head's like, oh. It's a really strange feeling.
You gotta be doing at least 50?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Probably 60.
Maybe even more than that.
The camera will tell me. I had the camera on. That was harder than when you and I did it.
Oh, yeah, you squirted.
That was harder than when you and I did it.
You squirted some fluid. It looks like. Was that the WD-40?
No, I've been spraying stuff.
WD-40. Looks like you get it.
I don't know how.
Dude, that was hard.
That was violent. My back hurts. My back hurts right now.
Damn, your ball bearings and piston valve broke.
Honestly, I don't know how the front of the car stayed together.
You hit hard. Yeah, we heard it up here.
Super hard, and my back hurts right now.
Oh, see? We just had that discussion.
I told Cody, I was like, well, sorry, bud, you're about a half inch shorter now.
Damn it, man.
That was hard.
Did you hit front? Or
oh, no, underneath? No, I'm sure it probably got into the bottom. Nothing's bent, though.
Well, something hit up front. Something hit up front, got rocks in the car. You don't have any fresh oil.
No, well, there's oil.
That's just from when you were spraying.
I wonder if he's gonna go.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking hell.
We need someone else to go down the hill.
Nope.
Come on.
No one's.
Somebody stretch me out.
Shoot is free.
That's what it's supposed to look like. Yeah, that last one was a hard hit. Oops. After 2 days of running around in the cinders with these paddles on there, I can see that there's some wounds, there's some damage in the center of the cups. That's to be expected. They're not intended for this type of terrain, but they didn't break, at least not yet. Eventually I think they probably would. So if you're wondering, like I said before, if you need them, no, you don't need them. You can run them if you don't care about them. See, this one's got a pretty good chunk out of it right there. But anyway, it's worth a try. I don't feel that they did any better than the KM3s that I was running. At least my butt dyno couldn't tell the difference. And just a little bit of carnage this time, as you saw earlier. I think that was on the second day. I bottomed this thing out hard. I don't know how the front end even stayed on it, but it did. But it destroyed this outer panel right here. I've already got it ordered. Probably be at the house by the time I get home. So I'll get that off of there, see if there's any damage behind it, under it, and get her back together. I will say this, if you're considering getting a pumper system, I was on the fence about it for a long time. This is my first trip out using it, and wow. Yeah, I'd get one if I were you. I'm sure most of the brands are fairly similar as far as functionality, but we went with the rugged, and it's nice little cool breeze on top of your head while you're riding around or sitting waiting for people. And if you run a full face, which obviously if you've got a pumper you're running a full face, keeps your visor from fogging up on those cold mornings. And you can see this isn't your typical pumper mount. This is something I put together myself. Seemed like a good spot for it. It's out of the way, and it uses the factory holes in the X3 cage, so no drilling required. Just bolt that bracket on there, bolt the pumper to the bracket, run your wires and your hoses, and you're set. I may clean this up a little bit. I don't like the zip ties everywhere, but that was just to get them up out of the way. And then as far as the controls, I added this little panel up here that I made and put your variable speed controller in there. Just like the pumper bracket, this little auxiliary dash panel that I made, if you have factory cage, factory roof, that just bolts right in. No drilling required. You just tap these holes in the plastic roof, thread some machine screws in there. Same thing here. This all bolts into the plastic roof. Nice and tidy. Plus, you get the option to add some more switches in there. I'll probably put together a version that has additional switch spaces as well. That's gonna do it for another Cinders trip. It's Monday morning. Time to load up, get out of here. This place is about like a ghost town right now. Time to get the boys out of bed, get all this stuff loaded up and get out of here. Back to the valley heat. Thanks for watching. if y'all can see this, but my idiot kids are running down this mountain. We were watching the sunset, and they decided they wanted to walk down the mountain. Sun sets, we're ready to go, and they're halfway down the hill. How was that?
Austin was so bored, he had to go back up the hill. So I told him, by the time we get up there, you guys are going to be coming down. Well, was I right?
Well, I hope you had a nice walk. Let's go, I'm hungry.